Hi everyone, and welcome to Words with DatOneLady. Welcome guys once again to today's episode of the podcast. If you're new here, you're locked on to Words with DatOneLady. And today we have a guest from one of our episodes, joining us for a second time. So today we have Damola again here with us. And I'm not going to go deep into all my introduction, but it's a friend of mine and is going to be joining us on a very wonderful episode today. And this episode here, we'll be talking about friendship. Every one of us, like everybody listening to this podcast right now, you wouldn't tell me that you do not have a friend or someone who you consider a friend or someone considers you a friend. So myself and Damola today are going to take time to just explore the topics on like friendship, the ideology surrounding it, and everything that has to do with friendship. And I'm sure you guys would enjoy it. So Damola, tell me, do you have a friend?
We hope so too. Do I have a friend?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I do have some friends actually.
You see, that's the thing. Do you think it's sometimes hard to classify who's a friend and who's not a friend? Following your response from that question.
No, it's not hard for me. I have friends, I have people that are just acquaintances, and I have people I talk to. But I'm sure that I know the people that I call friends, so that's important.
No, that's so true. I do have friends too, and sometimes I think is as you grow older, your level or the things you call what you level up as friendship or what you put together and call friendship differs. What do you think?
No, I think as we grow older, we have a better definition of friendship, and also we have people that we have known for a while, and we have better friends really, like over time we've known them over time, and we know like, okay, this is what I want in a friend, this is who I want to be a friend, and we are able to make better friends. So
That's interesting. So as Damola was saying that right now, I went to a dictionary to try to figure out the dictionary definition of friends, and maybe we would see what would take it from there. So a friend, according to a dictionary online, which I don't have a particular name for right now, says that a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations, is who you refer to as friend. Is that
exclusive
generic?
of, I don't think that's I no I don't think that's totally true, because irrespective, even when people are married, they're still friends. Like friendship is like an important part of marriage, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So it's not just platonic friends. You have other kind of friends. So I don't know. That definition isn't totally complete.
Yeah, it seems
But
like
I
it's
would think
flawed.
personally that a friend is someone that we have shared values with, and of course we have affection for. Romantic or non-romantic, just doesn't matter.
No, I totally agree with you where you say that marriage is built on friendship, and in marriage there's this bit of friendship in it. So it's almost the definition is almost incomplete if they say typically exclusive of sexual or family relations, because even your family members are supposed to be your friends as well. I don't know how that goes about.
Well, you know, like now that you said it, your family members aren't meant to be your friends. They
Mm-hmm.
are. There is, of course, you guys share bond of affection and all, but you can't call your sister your friend, for example.
Yeah.
Exactly, because there is something deeper than friendship
Mm.
there. Yeah.
That's very true. So therefore, going forward with this conversation, then how then do you pick your friends? Do you pick your friends based on you as a person? Because there was an initial episode that I talked about where I talked about understanding oneself, and in that I talked about how when you know who you are, it helps you determine who your friends are. Do you think that your friends are based off of who you are, your personality, where you are in life, and where you're headed as a person?
For me, I have friends of like very different friends.
Mm-hmm.
I have the serious friends, I have the unserious friends. I have the people that are go getters, people that are not all the go getters. But I think for me, speaking as a very quiet person, of course, I don't know how. how to make many friends. So in many cases, it's my friends that will make me that kind of thing. Like, but but before I can like be a friendly person, I must kind of know that we share the same kind of values, or we have something, at least one or two things in common. Like maybe, okay, I have some Christian friends. I have some friends that I made off Twitter that I have never met, but
Mm-hmm.
we talk like very regularly because, okay, because there is one of them, like we talk about like Bible stuff. There's another one talk about Tottenham stuff. So eh, different friends doing different things. So over time, I think we choose our friends based on, yes, of course, based on where we are going to, maybe based on if you want to go into a different, into a like branch of into a different field in your career. You might want to make a friend that is doing what you already do,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the, yeah, you can have that one. But then you have other normal friends you just with. Some friends you get just banter. So
No, that's
friendship
very
is
true.
just try to find out the people that
Yeah. And also like
you want to
friendship is something that is ever evolving. Like it's like today you have a specific kind of friend, and tomorrow things change about you, and you want to change the kind of friends you keep because things are different about who you are. Do you think that's also a thing? Because following what you just said, they're different friends for different kind of things. So take for instance, you have friends for discussing football, and tomorrow you don't really follow football as much. What happens to that friendship?
okay. Firstly, I think over time friendship they get stronger, right?
Yeah.
You can you can start, if you can have a friend that maybe you think that brought you guys together is football or something, for example. But over time when you guys talk, you find that you have other things in common. You understand? You have like other
Yeah.
things in common. So that's like an extra shared interest. Then also I have I have discovered, or recently I found out that I'm very comfortable with knowing that friendship ends.
Mm.
Like after a while, like there are some friends that are just meant to be for a while, and no matter how one or two, no matter how you guys try to, still hold on to the friendship, it just doesn't work again, and it's fine. That's like one of the things that I'm learning, or yeah, I'm still learning that at times friendships end, and it's not because of any bad feeling on any side. It just evolved to the
Such is
sense
life.
that that friendship is no longer needed for both of you going forward. So yeah,
Yeah, that's so true. And if there's anything that I learned from you specifically all through 2020 was the fact that like friendships come and go, and it's totally okay to know that that friendship has served this purpose and it's time to move on from it. And that's very interesting. And it's like it's a learning process, to be sincere, especially when that friendship is something that you hold so dear and you're like, oh my God, this means a lot to me. It's okay that it ends, and it's okay for both of you
yeah,
to be fine with that process and not hold any bad blood against each other for its ending.
exactly. No bad blood, no grudges, just
Yeah.
such
So
is
even
life.
if it,
Tel
yeah, such
Aviv,
is
yeah.
life. I know, right? C'est la vie. And it's like when you guys see tomorrow outside, nobody's gonna feel some type of way. Just hi, hello, and you all move on, and everybody's fine. So
There's
that's so interesting. You wanted
like
to say
funny
something?
enough,
Mm-hmm.
it's possible that you guys meet outside. I said it's possible that you guys meet outside and you guys even have a very hearty conversation. But
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean that you have to be friends again. You just know that
True.
yeah, it didn't work that time. But you guys, you are still you can still talk, but no, but that friendship is gone. But yeah, there's no animosity.
Nah, that no, that's a very, very interesting point. So when a friendship ends, or the two people who were friends before are not as close as they used to be, and they see each other outside and they say hello, hi, there's always this thoughts process sometimes with one of the persons, one of the friends, or one of
You want
them
to reignite.
exactly to reignite that like, oh my God, we had like the best conversation ever. I think we're good friends again, and we can always like still talk. No, the fact that you had a great conversation could just be a moment of catching up, and everybody moves on, and you just know that, oh, we're still cool. Like we can see and still say hi and not have a problem and not text every day. And that's okay too. That's very hard to learn too though. It's very hard.
Like me personally, I have a very personal, maybe bad though, but I have a personal belief of not going back, like not going back to old relationships, not igniting flames that are dead,
And yeah.
all those kind of things. Like once it ends, just know, and once it ends for the right reasons, really, not like you guys just maybe blood just like had this blood rush,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys may probably try to then like maybe you found something that wasn't right or something with the person,
Mm-hmm.
and that was why you guys stopped being friends. I don't believe you have to. You guys can still talk, but you don't have to be friends again.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
that's my own belief, though.
And that's very true. Even in your friendships, do you think it's good to have like
Yeah.
expectation for your friends? Now we've talked about friends that are there and friends that have to like you have to separate from because of one thing or the other and you don't come back to. Now for the friends which you have or that you have, do you think we're supposed to have expectations of them, or we're just supposed to just let this flow? It shouldn't be something that comes with so much extra work.
Let me ask you this question. Like, yeah, of course. Let me answer your question. But there is this saying. I'm sure that you must have seen it where it says that you should that if you don't have high expectations, like you can't be disappointed or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you think it's possible for you to not have expectations from people that you know?
Oh no, it's very possible not to have expectations of people that I know. It's very possible, especially when you just because for me, I have issues with getting disappointed by people. Like I hate it when I'm disappointed by someone or by a friend, or I'm expecting that. Oh, I expect that so person should do this. So I try as much as possible to keep everything at the barest minimum, except that person means so much to me, or we've come to a different level of our friendship that I'm now going to have an expectation of
Do
you.
you do you do you admit that this barest minimum is it is an expectation, even if it's not high, but at least there's something there.
Yeah, you do have a point there. Yes, exactly. It's a bit there's a bit of it that your friend should be able to know that, oh, this kind of thing you don't like it, or you expect them to be able to do better at this. Sure, that even the barest minimum can be a form of expectation. Hmm.
I just answered your question,
Go away. Can you imagine
initial question.
answering my own question by asking me questions? That's a brilliant way to go about it. But the truth is, sometimes I wonder if you're supposed to have expectations about of our friends. If you're supposed to like have in mind that they're supposed to be a specific type of way because they're your friends, and that's why I asked that question. But you do have a point that
No,
even the barest minimum.
I think it is. I think it is basic human. It's basic human nature to expect things from people, and it's not even your friends alone. Like normal people, for example, when you are walking on the road, you don't expect someone to just bump into you,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you are at the store, you expect people to like stay on the line and just wait for their turn when it's time to pay off. So
Mm-hmm.
we have expectations from people, even if they are not like too personal or something, but you expect things to be a particular way, and that's how the world runs. Talking of now being a friend, there's no how you have a friend that you don't expect certain things from them.
Mm. That's very true though. So um it's it's now boils down to the thought process of when we were younger, we had a different type of way we wanted our friends to be like, to act like, to seem like. And as we grow older, what happens?
How so?
So this see this way we say we have expectations of our friends no matter what. When we were younger, we just wanted a friend to just hang out with, to play with, to talk with, and all that. Nothing extreme. Then we grow older with these friends, and everybody begins to discover themselves, and everybody begins to like take different paths in life. When those things now start changing, and the way childhood friendships are always very dear to people. Do you think people sometimes tend to hold on to things too long from those kind of friendships for no just cause because they're trying to keep up with, oh, we've been friends
Definitely,
for too long.
definitely, people try to hold on to friendships for long, even if it is not even childhood friendships. Like
Yeah,
a normal person doesn't want the friendship to end.
I know.
Like of course, like the person must be at least nice to you, or you guys must have talked about some things and shared this friendship thing. But the thing is, when something is meant to end, just let it go.
I know, right?
It
It's always
is it
very
is very
hard.
hard.
I
It's not easy to do,
know.
but it's just the right thing to do. Really, just close your eyes, let it go.
Oh, now looking forward to wrapping up this conversation. When you lose friendships or when you go through the process
Yes,
of losing a friend, does this affect your making friends
yes.
going further?
I find it hard to make friends normally
Okay.
because I'm very introverted. That kind of thing.
And
When I lose a friend,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't affect my relationship with anybody else. I just to me just like that person was gone doesn't make me mistrust people or anything like that. There are some things that maybe if you lose a friend, maybe like a friend does something to you, you now say, ah, no, I don't trust people again because of that. No, I don't generalize that kind of thing.
Mm,
So for me, if I lose a friend, if a new friend comes, I it doesn't add or deduct from my other friend from my other friendship. I just treat it as a very isolated case.
mm. For following the conversation you just had concerning losing people and not, making it play back in your new friendships, I think that's something that I need to learn and I'm working on because once I lose a friend, I'm always very careful to make a new friend because I fear that something is going to go wrong or I'm going to misunderstand something or something is just not going to work right. Or maybe it's just the fear of losing another friend makes me want to just, be careful with how many friends that I have or how much of that making of friends that I do on a daily or, as much as it will come on a constant basis. So yeah, that's a situation. But all in all, we know
Me,
that friendship.
I'm on a friend making mission.
Is that what you're doing for the year 2021?
I hope, really, I hope to make more friends.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
serious.
though?
Like I hope to make more and better friends. I don't know. I just feel like good friends. It can't be. You can't possibly go wrong having good friends.
True,
I don't
true.
think so. So
True. That's very correct. Like from all our
yeah.
conversations today, I think the main point is friendships are important. Different friendships serve different purposes. It's okay to lose your friend. It's okay to lose a friend. And when we mean lose a friend, I mean lose a friendship, not someone dying. It's okay that when it happens. It's okay also when this happens that you guys see tomorrow and you're able to still communicate and not have bad blood for each other. And eventually that you might not even rekindle that friendship, but in your hearts of hearts, you know that you guys are clean, like it's clean. There's no like hurt feelings. And if there's hurt feelings, you sort it out already before it's too late. Of which you be imagine bearing a grudge for the longest time for no just cause. So yeah,
Well, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to settle every grudge.
no, of course.
Sometimes just leave it. Let it just go. So far it is not weighing against your conscience.
Exactly.
You
When I mean take care
like
of
it.
it,
Shouldn't stress. Shouldn't stress.
exactly. When I say take care of it, I mean you I take care of it personally. Like when something happens with you and your friend and it's of course it's not every time you go and clean up a situation and always address the situation, but like you make sure you clear your conscience of the situation so it doesn't keep coming up to you and you feel heavy and it's weighing on you just like you mentioned. And that's what I meant by taking care of it yourself mentally.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, that being said and that being, wrapped up, I don't know if Damola has any one more point because I always want my guest speakers to or my guest podcasters to tell me if there's one point that they want to drive home to anyone who's listening today concerning what we talk about. So about friendship, Damola, what's one thing you want to tell someone out there for them to take away from this whole talk?
Make good friends and also be good friends to other people.
That's so
That's all
important.
that counts, really.
Yeah. Make good friends and be a good friend. If you didn't take anything from this podcast today or from this whole talk that myself and Damla just did, make good friends and be a good friend should be something that you should take away. It's so important. So many people want good friends, but are you really a good friend? Think about it. Anyway, thank you so much, Damola, for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Well,
Thank you so much, guys, for listening to today's episode of the podcast. I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can always share this episode to your friends and families, and your friends and followers on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or whatever social media page that you use. If you enjoyed this episode, please do well to follow the podcast on whatever app you're listening to right now, so that you can get a notification when I upload a new episode. Don't forget, you can also follow the podcast on Instagram at DatOneLady, which is DatOneLady. If you have any questions or suggestions for an episode, please send me an email at DatOneLady@gmail.com, which also is DatOneLady@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening once again. Until next time, remember to keep living, keep loving, and ensure you're living your truth. Have a great day, guys, and bye.